This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the previews exclusive Faker from Mondo. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see some really beautiful artwork of Snake Mountain. And if we turn the box around, we can see that beautiful artwork continue all throughout the back. And if we slide off the slipcover, we can see a really cool image of Faker in an iron cross, and the preview's exclusive sticker on the bottom right. And if we turn the box back around, we can see that same artwork of Faker, but this time in full color. And if we open the lid, we can see that the figure is showcased in a window box packaging. And if we take a look at the left, we can see a small bio for Faker. So if you want to read that bio, go ahead and pause it now. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here's Faker out of the box. And oh man, I am absolutely in love with this action figure. Now, I've said many times before, I'm not a giant 1/6 scale collector, but these awesome Masters of the Universe figures from Mondo are so awesome to me. And Faker is my favorite Motu character, and I could not be more stoked to own this figure now. But before we take a closer look at the actual figure, let's take a closer look at his accessories. So Faker does come with a good amount of accessories. Starting off, we get his shield, his battle axe, a rifle, his sword with a sheath, and 2 interchangeable head sculpts. And lastly, we get 6 interchangeable hands and a Mondo cradle stand. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at Faker. Alright guys, now let's take a look at the Mondo Faker. And so much yes, this thing is so beautiful, man. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I am, in full disclosure, I am a total Faker mark. This is my all-time favorite Masters of the Universe character, and I'm just really big on getting anything that we can get our hands on of Faker, because there's not a ton of product on this guy, and I think he's slowly more and more getting more and more popular, so we're getting more things here and there. So anything I can grab, I'm super happy to own it. And again, I'm not a big 1/6 scale collector. They're not really my thing. I'm not really into the larger figures. But with Mondo Toys and their He-Man line, definitely all in. And man, I am super stoked that we got a Faker. This is fantastic. I loved He-Man. I really love Skeletor. But Faker for me, yep, I'm a mark, man. This is my boy. I love him oh so much more. So I really dig how they do this almost like semi-realistic look for the characters, which is really dope. We got lots of great detailing and scratching here in the chest armor. All that looks really nice. The silver studs, you can see it is like an orange leather with like a gold trim, which looks super dope. I love that a lot. We got the crossbones right there with the red gem in the center. Looks awesome. You can tell he does have the Faker chest sticker underneath this. I was trying to figure out if there's a way to take off the armor, the chest armor here. I couldn't figure that out. I feel like everything's glued down. So if there's a way to do that, please let me know in the comments, because I really want to check that out more and more. But yeah, it is in there though, so it looks pretty cool. And it does look like it's just a decal that's been like stuck on there, which is kind of, you know, like the original chest sticker. So, but I do like that's kind of like peeking out the sides there. I think it's awesome. The belt looks super dope too. Really dig the details. Like a nice black wash in there. We get a soft goods leather-like material for the skirt piece. Looks good. The gauntlets look right here. Look awesome with the purple and black, and the plates right there look super good too. yeah, man, I love this. I love this blue skin, how it's like this light blue, but then they kind of give it this like dark blue airbrushing to give it some tone. I think that's awesome. You got the actual fur for the boots. I always love that with these figures. We got actual fur. I think it's awesome. The blue, purple boots right here with the black straps. Looks so good, man. I love this so much. Oh my god. The back here looks good too. Really digging all this, all the silver studs, everything nicely painted, looks good. I love his like reddish orange hair. The face sculpt itself looks awesome. Really digging that a lot. It just, all of this, man, looks super freaking nice. I could not be happier that we have this faker. Okay, now let's talk his accessories. So again, we got the standard head sculpt, which looks super good. I love the red eyes, the brow, everything about that looks awesome. And of course, all this stuff is going to be repaints from like He-Man and Skeletor, because that's pretty much what Faker is, and I'm totally cool with that. So that looks really good. We also do get a second head sculpt. This one's supposed to be more of that old school, traditional vintage Faker action figure. I love that in theory. It looks really good as a head sculpt, but to me, it just does not fit the aesthetic of this more, highly detailed, more realistic look of the actual figure. So it looks cool, but it just doesn't fit the full idea of this figure. And any of the Mondo figures, I've said that in the past with the other reviews that I've done, these older sculpts are a good idea, they just don't work all that well. So you just take the head off like so, do that, and they're all fairly small pegs. You get that on there, and it fits on there very nicely. But what's also really cool, you can actually pop off the upper torso, it's just on a ball peg, and you can take off this whole skirt piece, and you can actually pop this back on here and reveal the more like vintage style looking trunks. So the purple furry trunks with a more traditional belt. So if you want, you could have a more, I guess, semi-traditional Faker look if you want to do that. So I don't know, again, that's an option. It just doesn't, to me, it doesn't look right for this style. Okay, so we also do get a Mondo stand. This has the little M logo at the bottom. It's supposed to be the Mondo logo, but it kind of reminds me of Majin Buu. I don't know why, but this does have an adjustable cradle for that. I'm not a big fan of these stands, honestly. They work okay, but what I really do wish is I wish they had actual pegs on here to put in, and then with the cradle. The figures don't even have peg holes, so that's what I wish they could do. They work okay, but not my favorite stands. We also do get interchangeable hands, so we obviously can see he has some close-fisted hands right here that look really good, all really nice and veiny, looks pretty nice. We do get some more standard gripping hands for holding things like his axe and his sword and his shield. But then we get two more trigger finger hands for holding things like his giant blaster, what we get, which is pretty cool. These pop off fairly easily. You can get those in pretty decent like that, and get a hand, put that one on right there. So that's a standard gripping hand. And then we could let's put a regular trigger finger hand on this side for the sake of the review. So get those on there like so. And stand there. Okay, so we also get the shield, which looks super dope, man. The accessories always kick ass with these figures. This just looks so awesome. Again, a more realistic take of that Masters of the Universe weapons. The orange and the golds, the nice dark silvers, the dents, and again, that dark wash looks really cool. I love the fact that even on the inside of the shield, you got the grip wrap tape like that, or wrapping a big leather strap right here. And I love how the whole inside of the shield looks like it's pulled leather. That's super good, dude. And you got all studs that holding the leather on there. I mean, that is rad, dude. It's so freaking good. And this is just a repaint of the one we saw with He-Man. But again, that's what it's supposed to be. We also do get this rifle. Again, we've seen this with He-Man. And again, very much a realistic take on a very old school Masters of the Universe weapon. Again, done in this like metallic orange with black in there and a nice gold wash. I mean, I love this stuff, dude. This is, to me, as a Masters of the Universe hardcore fan, I geek out about even just stuff like this. We also do get the battle axe, which is super dope too. The handle's nice and clean. I love the wrapping all around it. You can see there's a kind of a dry brush on there. You see that, brighten on my camera, that looks good too. Again, in that orange, gold, deep silver. I mean, I love this, man. This is, again, very realistic take on that classic battle axe that He-Man wields. But probably the main weapon is going to be his power sword. Now, this thing looks awesome too. Again, it sculpted to look like it's wrapped like that. All that black wash in there looks super good. You can actually see a snake head like that, because this whole sword is more like Skeletor's than it is like He-Man's. So that's pretty cool too. The ram head right there at the head, oh my gosh, what is this part called? The pommel? Pommel? I think it's pommel. Yeah, pommel. And that all looks awesome too. You can actually pull the sword out, and that looks awesome, dude. I really love the style of sword. And like, for me, if they ever do a live action movie, I'd want these weapons to look a lot like this, because I think they just did such a good job over there at Mondo designing these things. So just very, very cool, man. I love all of these weapons. Okay, so just real quick, I want to do a little bit of a weapons comparison with the power swords here. You can see Faker's is in the middle, and on the left we have He-Man's, and then on the right we have Skeletor's. So these are the three swords that we got. You can see that the colors are different. You can see how the different heads, how He-Man's has the more Battle Cat helmet, and then Skeletor's has the more snake head. So this definitely is made to look more like Skeletor's, which makes sense. Really, really cool. So let's pop all these out of the sheaths here like so. And then we can get a better look at these like that. So again, I think that looks awesome, dude. Having these, again, you can see the orange trim around Faker's just looks awesome. Again, it's supposed to be more like Skeletor's, which I'm totally cool with, but you can see the difference like that. So I think it's awesome just having all three power swords. And honestly, kind of want a Prince Adam, man, in this scale and this style, to kind of have that like pinkish fuchsia color as a power sword, and somehow I think that'd be dope. Hey, but hey, that's just me. Even still, these look great. All right, now let's run down his articulation. So the head is on a ball joint, rolls around a bit, mostly to get left and right, up and down, and rock side to side. Arms can go full 360 like so. You can go up and out that far, rotation in the bicep, single bend at the elbow, rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. There does seem to be a cut right here, but most of the articulation you're going to get at the below the waist right here. There's a ball peg there that's going to roll around like so. You're going to get left and right, crunch back and forth, and pivot side to side. You're going to get hip joints to kick forward about that far, go back about that much, splits about right there, rotation upper thigh. We got double jointed knees. Kind of does rotate in these joints right here. This torso's kind of popping off there. Kind of rotates in there with the shin, with a calf that goes into the knee and things like that. We got ankle joints that go up, down, and a really, really good ankle rocker. So overall, dude, I am loving this. As a giant Masters of the Universe fan, as a giant fan of Faker, this is like such a dream toy to me. My only big thing, I guess, would be I wish they made these in like the 6 to 7 inch scale. That would be epic. But still, he's beautiful, man. Totally marking out over this guy. I think he's fantastic. If you're cool with this scale and if you love Faker like I do, then I think this guy is absolutely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and NECA Batman figures. And for your Faker comparison, here he is standing next to a vintage Faker and Masters of the Universe classics. And for your Mondo comparison, here he is standing next to the Mondo He-Man and Skeletor. And just for fun, here he is standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Previews exclusive Faker from Mondo. Now overall, man, am I so happy to own this guy. I absolutely love anything that I can get my hands on of Faker, and this Mondo has definitely got to be one of the best pieces of Faker that I own. He's so freaking cool. I love the more realistic take that Mondo does on their action figures with the more realistic weapons. The overall look is just so freaking awesome. I really, really dig it. Now, I've said many times before, I'm not a giant 1/6 scale collector, but what Mondo has been doing with these Masters of the Universe figures is mind-blowing. I really do dig this, and I really wish we can get a movie based on this type of style. Now, if you love Faker and the Masters of the Universe like I do, and you just want a big badass action figure, then I think this Mondo Faker is definitely a must-get. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.